Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions. Hello, everybody, and welcome into Monday night edition of the Zoom Homies with Ken Stout Live. I am your host, Ken Stout. It is 10:31, so I'm a little bit late. We already have William Dawson, Tim Soul, and Josh Kinder, whose spot I believe tonight is haunted because I've seen at least 4 different people in there already tonight. And it's also saying, oh, yeah, that's probably what it is. I'm pretty sure exactly that's not it, but yeah, it works for me. So let me bring them up because Tim just made a really funny comment. He's poking fun at my icons.
Mr. Host, you forgot to mention me.
Well,
Oops.
There's a reason for that because I also didn't mention Darren, and there was somebody else because when I was messing around earlier today and I actually chose and minimized the Zoom window, right now it says 1 of 2. It shows Greg, me, Tim, and William.
Hey, John.
When I hit over on the other side, it shows Sean connecting, Darren, and Joshy. So I'm going to go back to full size, and then it will show everybody. That was what happened there. I'm not trying to make an excuse. I just learned something about Zoom and Windows.
I didn't know you could do that.
Place, or were you 5th place tonight? You were 4th place. Hey, Sean.
It's kind of dark because taking a walk around my block.
Yeah, it's 7:30 at night, so it's supposed to be kind of dark, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fine. Mr. Guy Dollar Tree, you have stock in Walmart.
Hey, if you look, see how big the properties are around here?
Yep.
Yeah, they're huge.
That's a long block you're about to walk around.
So that barn right there, that's on the other side of that barn is my house.
Is that your barn or someone else's barn?
That's the neighbor's barn,
okay.
But that, on the other side of that is my house. So, yeah.
Let me go catch up on chat. Tony Wallow was first at 9:38, about 8 minutes after I posted the schedule of the stream. Bobby Warren was second. Josh Kinder was third. Josh, speaking of Josh Kinder, you do know you had a live stream for Fortnite scheduled for today, correct?
Yeah, I have to go in and cancel that.
Yeah, it's only 4.5 hours late doing that. Great guy was fourth. Huh?
Ken.
Yeah, Sean.
After you got off stream last night, the truth came out. That drive didn't even get sent to Doug yet.
What?
That drive hasn't even been sent in the mail yet.
Well, that leads me to a discussion for after the stream as well, but okay.
Yeah, he told us that it hasn't even been sent yet.
Well, that would be why Doug hasn't even received it yet then. So,
yeah. All right, well, I'm going to get off of here. I don't want to use all my data, and I'm almost home, so.
Sounds good.
I'll get on when I get home.
Have you been coming to put me in the living room?
Great guy. Rick Lake said, hello, everybody. Won't be long. He's got to be up early tomorrow. I believe he's getting his shot for his back on Wednesday, or maybe it's tomorrow. I don't remember. Bobby Warren says, hello. He's going to catch up with Doug stuff later, and he's going to be out of circulation next couple of days. Roy Clear. I just don't see how you get clear out of that. Roy Care. I think it's Roy Care. He says, I'm always last. No, Jeff's not here yet, so he'll be last tonight. Technically, you're never, ever last. I mean, you're just kind of not first. There's an old saying about that in NASCAR. If you ain't first, you're last, or something like that. So I'll turn my camera back on. Mrs. K brought me in a plate full of tortilla chips with some homemade dip she borrowed from her work.
Old.
Brian Lightfoot joins us in chat. It's good to see Brian. I hope he's feeling better. Haven't seen him in a day or two. Yeah, they had a thing today for the employees, so she brought home a bowl of
some cool
dip.
leftovers.
Yeah, just a bowl of dip. It's actually pretty good. It's a little thick. It's chicken and quesadilla and some kind of spice in it, but it's just a little too thick. I like dips to be not as thick as this one is. I can't explain it. So that's why I had the avatar on. And when I put the avatar on, then you'll know exactly what I'm doing.
I was watching another show, which is live right now earlier. And that guy's co-host on that show was eating the whole time during. I was like, are you kidding me? You're live right now?
I've seen a lot of shows where people eat on the show, and I mean, that's fine. It's just, I'm going to sneeze.
It's okay, but when her microphone's right in front of her, you can hear her crunching every little bit.
I'll bet. I sure hope I got that sneeze muted. Man, that came out of nowhere. Good
but he
golly.
can't. He's not doing like you're doing. You got people in Zoom and stuff. He's actually doing a live talk show.
Yeah, but still, it's going out over the, YouTube airways or whatever.
Now, what the heck was I looking for?
Looks like Bobby's going on a 2-day excursion to Disney World. Says he's going to be out Wednesday, Thursday, and back Friday, if I read it correctly. I might as well just leave that off for a minute.
Do they still have SeaWorld in Florida?
I think they do. I'm not sure.
Really? It's been a while since I haven't really looked.
I went there as a kid, but I was so young, I don't remember it.
They got rid of the whales.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was wondering if it was still open or not. Well, one of the whales attacked one of the trainers or something during a show.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you say they're tame, they're still a wild animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
killed a trainer. One of the orchids killed a trainer. So
just like a dog, it could turn on its owner.
Yeah. Even though dogs have been domesticated for quite some time now, they can still get upset and get all ballistic on you. Bobby asked, did anyone see Doug's show today? Yeah, I think all of us here, except for maybe Greg. He slept through it, but we all saw it.
I saw it.
Primarily, it was about the icon issue I'm having, which I will report. I muted the mic to turn the camera on. Boy, I'm not here tonight. I've run 2 scenarios now. One for an hour and some change, about an hour 20, and one for about 3.5 hours. Both times, the icons have not moved from when I placed them earlier today. Now, some of you don't know that I placed icons, but I did place icons on all 4 monitors, and I'm just going to give it a while to see what happens. It would be
testing it out.
Yeah, just running it through the ringer, so to speak, just to see what's going to happen.
You let it cycle from sleeping and waking up.
The first time I manually turned off the monitors, not the computer, the monitors, and no issues. The second time I let the computer do its thing and put the monitors and TV to sleep. Press the space bar, 2 monitors pop on immediately, turn on, works just fine. Nothing was moved. Nothing moved around while the TVs were coming on. Nothing was fine. Roy is saying to unplug and plug the thing. Unplug the power, unplug the HDMI cable. What exactly would I unplug? Because I'm not sure.
Unplug the tower. I don't know.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking. That's just theory. Okay, so unplug the power, and in that case, I got to go to 4 different outlets to unplug 4 different monitors. Actually, I have to go to a power strip, but still, pull the power to the TV. Okay. And then that's going to do what? Make the TV lose its power, right?
Now, I have had an issue with my 60-inch TV because I have a streaming computer plugged up to it. It will wake the TV up sometimes.
Huh.
And I did unplug and plug the TV back in one time, and that stopped it.
Possibly like did a mini reset of the TV.
Yeah. But it's a pain in the butt to dig behind that
Right.
big freaking entertainment center to get behind it. And there's a million freaking wires back there. I got all kinds of stuff plugged into it. That worked. I didn't think about that.
My home monitor, my number one monitor is actually my Sanyo TV. Yes. Monitors 3 and 4 are the 2 HP 22-inch monitors. The other 2, one's a Sanyo 32-inch TV and the other one's an Element 40-inch TV. Full disclosure, I bought both of them at a pawn shop in Las Vegas because they were on sale pretty cheap and they worked. So the monitors are more likely not going to do it. So far, I haven't, I've only done this since 3 o'clock this afternoon, so that clock's broken. So we're only looking at 7 hours and 42 minutes. We'll see what happens overnight. When I shut it down this evening, after I end everything, we'll see what goes on then. It'll be interesting.
I have a third-party software on 3 computers that tell all 3 of them to go to sleep at 4 in the morning. I haven't had no issues.
He says
even the 60-inch TV.
Yeah, we bought our last TV at Walmart, which was the 65-inch Roku made by Philips or Philips Roku, whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
haven't had any problems.
This is one of them stupid smart Vizio TVs. I'll never buy another one of those things again. It makes this weird noise when it shuts down. Yee!
Really? I never had.
Yeah.
It's
always done that.
Didn't have any issues with either one of them.
Well, this one's pretty old. Next one will be a Samsung, though. I'll guarantee that. Oh, this thing back in the day, I paid $1,000 for it. You can get this same TV for a couple of $100 now.
That's why we bought the one we bought, was because there was like $100 some odd difference in the same size with the quote better brand name TV.
Yeah, I was mad when I bought mine. Right after I bought it, 3 months later, after Christmas, they came out with the ultra high definition, whatever you call it. Like, oh man, I could have waited a few more months and got a better TV and cheaper price.
Yep, that's sometimes.
And I don't see putting a 60-inch TV in the bedroom just to get a new one in here.
But see, that's the problem I have right now, that if I were to replace these TVs with true monitors, what am I going to do with these 2 TVs?
Sell them?
Yeah, I'm not going to get anything out of them. They're pretty old.
Yeah, I won't get nothing for this neither. I'll give it away.
I thought about maybe putting one of them on the screened-in back porch But then I thought almost immediately, that's a stupid idea because I'll have to figure out a way to run cabling out there to watch something. So that's not going to happen.
Now, if I had a screened-in back porch, that's what I would do with mine in a heartbeat. I could do that.
Yeah, I would have to.
And if somebody steals it, I'm not going to be out of loss.
Well, see, that was my thought is if I put it out there, it's going to walk away one night because the screened-in porch is
All he needs a knife.
screened, you know?
All you need is a knife cut right through the screen.
Right.
But it'd be cool to, if you got company over and you watch NASCAR or whatever while you're chewing the fat.
Yep. When I first moved to California, my first apartment, I actually ran the TV out into the little bitty porch that I had, set it up on a table and ran the electric and the cable to it so I could do exactly that. Sit out and watch football and NASCAR and whatever else was going on.
When I lived in Georgia, when I was, watching a lot of football and a lot of NASCAR, I actually had 2 TVs going. I can't believe I did that.
2 different feeds or the same feed on 2 different TVs?
Two different things going.
Right.
Had to keep everybody happy,
Yeah.
Can you put it on this channel? Well, put it on the channel on that monitor. Leave this one on that channel. Like they do at a sports bar.
Yeah.
They got TVs everywhere, different channels.
I can do that. I can split screen up to 4 or 6 on my Philips TV. Really cool. I can put 6 different feeds on there. Really, really cool. Nice.
I probably could do that on this 60-inch. I just haven't figured out how to, and really don't have a need to, so I never fooled with it.
Roy says, I have a TV, computer monitor. I have a TV and computer monitor in the garage with Wi-Fi. I don't think either one of these TVs have Wi-Fi capabilities. That would be a possibility for the porch.
Mine does. Mine does have Wi-Fi on it.
I did think about running one in the garage, but I don't do anything in the garage anymore. Not like I used to. Not here anyway.
Last place I lived at, I had a garage, but I don't think I want to be in that thing. It'd be like 200 degrees during the summer out here.
Yeah, yeah. If they get
Unless I had a little small swamp cooler in there, that might be feasible.
Yeah, when we lived in Vegas, I was always doing something in our garage. Always. But when we lived in Charleston, it was a detached garage and it was too small. And then here, it's just, even a year later, we still have stuff we need to determine where we're going to put them permanently, as in storage or trash. And I can't trash it because if I trash it, then Mrs. K will say, well, where's that at? And I'm going to go, oops, I threw that. And I'll never hear the end of that. So
I helped a friend of mine out one time replace his head gasket on a Saturn in my garage. And I was like, hey, I will replace this head gasket for you if you help me. The guy was, I was like, oh man, it was 110 degrees. Can you imagine how hot it was in that garage?
Yep.
I can't believe I did that by myself. I really could have used his help, but he did pay me very well for it. I said, I will never ever work on another car again for anybody. I'm done. Haven't worked on one since then.
Roy says, make her help go through the stuff so she can't blame you. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I got 6 HDMI inputs on this TV. I probably could do some cool stuff with it.
Wow. Mine has
considering
3.
It's old.
My TV gets channels 2 through 13, sits right next to his 8-track player. Yeah.
Oh, that's an old one.
The TV or the 8-track player, or
both of them.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it did make it simpler back then when you had channels, whatever, to a limited number. You didn't have what do they advertise with the cable companies? You get hundreds and hundreds. Nobody can watch hundreds of TVs. I can't watch the 11,000 channels I have on my NVIDIA Shield.
And you didn't have a remote control, so you got your kid to change the channel.
Right, or you had to get up and change it. Yeah.
Well,
I
at
think I
grandma's
have.
now, at grandma's in Virginia, she lived on the Chesapeake Bay. You had to turn the knob so the
Yeah,
antenna could
yeah,
change
I remember
directions.
those. Yeah,
That was my job when I was a kid. Can you go change the antenna a little bit, make that clearer so you can pick up Maryland a little better?
Brian said, "When was the last time any of you actually got up and out of your seat to go change the channel?" Well, I can tell you when that was. That was 1977. I was at my grandma and grandpa's. Oh no, wait, that wasn't it. Hold on.
I can't remember.
I can't either. It would have been back in the 70s, though. I'm quite sure. The VHF, and UHF TV. Yeah, it's like Legacy and Eufy or whatever it is, Goofy or whatever.
I want to say the late 80s.
Oh, I don't remember. I honestly do not remember. No, we're finally graced with someone's presence.
I won't forget when Dad came up to North Carolina to help me move. He picked up that old TV, and he dropped it in the back of the truck, and he had the horse trailer. We put all my stuff in the back of the horse trailer. He dropped it in the back of that truck. It never worked again. He said, "Damn, I worked on these damn things for 40 years. I don't miss them." It's like, yeah, you just broke mine.
Hello, Alex.
Oh, and well, I'm not that late. I'm only about 10, 12 minutes.
In addition to not being able to do math, you can't tell time. You're 21 minutes late. That's all right. I'll figure out the ratio of waiting room time versus actually being on the screen time, and I'll figure out exactly how long you're going to be in the waiting room, and we'll balance it out. Don't worry.
So what did you do to get it to stop moving the icons right now?
Well, I used to have the taskbar on all four monitors, all four screens.
Oh.
So I got rid of, I only have it on one right now because Doug actually jarred my memory today. Now I can't find the participants. Oh, there it is. Doug actually jarred my memory today when he said that I might have done something that I didn't even realize that I had done. And as soon as he said that, I was like, oh yeah, there's two things. One, I figured out how to get the taskbar across the bottom of all four monitors. And two, I upgraded my graphics card. So, which I think I have graphics card issues anyway, because one of my, or the TV's going out, one of my other TVs tonight, I have so many, started blinking red and green and orange, and I thought it was on fire for a second. It wasn't. Brian is saying, in other words, user error. I don't necessarily know that having the taskbar on all four monitors is technically user error. It was nice. I actually enjoyed if I wanted to do something and I didn't have to go over to my other monitor to fire it up. I could just go to the bottom of that monitor and, start something. So that was nice. I had just grown accustomed to it.
In my experience, that's the way it was by default. But I
That's interesting.
like several other things, there was never an option to have in Windows 7 and below. There was never an option to have taskbar on all your displays. So it's one of those many little features that I don't care for about Windows 10, so I have it off.
Now I've got the taskbar on these two screens. I'm not having no issues. That's weird. But it's a different computer.
Well, like
you
Doug said,
today.
what I experienced, you guys might not experience, and that might not be the answer to this. I don't know.
I tell you what I don't like. Our sound guy has the church has the taskbar auto. Has a taskbar auto hide, set to auto hide, but he's still got it showing up on both screens. So if he puts his mouse wheel on the projector screen, if he moves the mouse around in the right spot, it'll show the taskbar.
Right.
That drives me nuts.
I don't guess he realizes you can turn that off. I wish he would go in there and turn that off for the projector at church.
What do you gain about a whole maybe half an inch, if that, of the taskbar if you make it hide on the screen?
I tried that one time. It drives me nuts. I put it back
The
the way it was.
software he uses completely takes over the screen anyway. So I mean,
True. So why
but
hide it?
still, it's, it's just one of them little pet peeves of mine,
Right.
little annoyances that I notice.
So Roy is asking, do you still have Windows 10 or 11? I'm not sure who he's asking. Wait and see who he's asking.
I gotta send one of our aviation friends a message. Looks like her Facebook got cloned. Sending out friends request. It's not even her.
Oh, he's asking me. Okay. Well, let me get this mouthful of dip and chips out of the way. I'm on Windows 10. Thank you, Wintermute. I will be on Windows 10. I'm one of the old diehard, not adapting to change very well, set in my ways. When I'm forced to do it due to no support, that's when I'll go to Windows 11.
No, it
I'm
didn't
not.
get hacked. It got cloned. Somebody
I
else, not
would,
me.
I will admit that I was, for both of our computers, I was one of the early adopters of Windows 10. As soon as Windows 10 came out and got upgraded from 8.1 to 10, I put it on there as fast as I put it on my computer as fast as it came out, but not so from 10 to 11.
Roy's saying Windows 11 has video problems with AMD. Oh, great. I have that to look forward to.
They'll get them all fixed by the time you go to it.
I hope so. I hope so.
Why can I not
Um,
spell today?
so our video or sound guy at church was talking to me, and this is crazy. He was talking to me last night after church was over. He was and a couple of days ago on the phone and was telling me about how the security system he got at church, the DVR system actually requires it specifically says in the instruction manual that it doesn't require internet to be able to use it, but you have to have internet to first initially set it up. So he had to haul it home and set it up, I guess. We don't have internet at church. But for some reason they require it when you first initially set it up, but they say in the manual that you don't need to have it.
The software?
I guess the software try to figure that one out. That's what I gathered from what he told me is
Maybe he bought it and it needed to connect to the internet to activate it.
You probably register the system to the owner.
Yeah.
because he was told when he called him or that he could just plug it in and set it up without internet, but apparently he says that even though it says in the instructions that you don't need internet to operate it, that he needed internet to be able to initially set it up.
But a lot of newer systems save their primary video storage to the internet now.
Well, he did tell me that we may have to end up getting the internet back at the church just mainly for the security system, which would suck because they charge to the internet company, the church is considered a business. So we have to pay at least couple $100.
So you have internet back at the church now?
He said we may have to get it back for the security system.
Now, is how fast do you
That
have to
makes
have?
sense.
Could you use like a mobile hot points?
I asked him about that if he had a mobile hotspot on his phone, but he's on AT&T like my mom and dad are. He's on AT&T proper, and they don't allow hotspots. Hotspots are an extra charge. They don't allow, to the best of my knowledge, AT&T does not allow a mobile hotspot feature to work on your phone without
No.
without paying an extra charge. They don't allow it if you have
Yeah.
unlimited data.
Mm-hmm. You get one like those Netgear hotspots, or they got the other ones they got out. Go with a company that supports them, and just have that for the church alone for security.
You could buy a little Verizon hotspot. They work really good. Actually, I'm with Comcast on my mobile phone, but they piggyback off of Verizon. I've had to use my mobile phone as a hotspot. It works really great. As long as you don't go over, even though it says it's unlimited data, but they throttle it back if you go over your limit.
Right.
Mine works good. Mine works good too. When I was without internet for 10 days because they accidentally cut off my mom's account, I pushed it to the limits because I had used about 22 gigs in 10 days.
I would think that the hotspot would have the capability to program come on from here from this time to this time.
So is this a recent or an updated security system the church got? Just something new?
As far as I know, he sent me a picture of it on my phone today. It's one of them old school. It looks like one of them old school security systems. You know, if you get a monitor, if you plug a monitor into it, it has all the little squares, like 9 or so squares that show. You can have like 8 or 9 different cameras showing up on the one screen. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
So like it's got the DVR, it's got the hard drive or whatever built into the DVR.
Yeah.
You just plug a screen into it.
And
right.
Is it about this big?
Is it the old security system or is it a brand new security
like
system?
It's the older.
So how long have you not had security system running into church since the internet went out? Look at him, he's confused.
No, I'm trying to.
Oh shoot, look at the time. I set my time schedule up to have Alex pay me back. He'll be right back.
It sounds like one of those old Windows 3.1 systems they had.
Yeah.
Well, if it's the old system and it was running before, then it was already registered,
Yes,
so that makes no sense to have to re-register it. That's why I asked. All right, Rick, be safe, and I hope you get to feeling better, and I hope your doctor's visit goes well for you. Wintermute, payback is a bitch. Yeah, except we all know.
Yes,
I'm
but
just
he did get a new system. I don't remember the exact reason why. He explained it to us one day in business meeting, but all I know is he got a new system that's one that the cameras connect to the DVR, and you connect the screen he said it needed a 1080p screen, so he went to get a cheap 1080p monitor from Best Buy or Sam's or wherever today.
Oh man, they had to upgrade our security system at work since we're ISO certified in 19,001 or whatever it's called. One of the requirements is we put in over 30 cameras everywhere. We got 2 buildings now, outside and inside, even in the break room. And they had to come in there. They had to get a separate network guy to come in there. They had to put in this humongous switch because the cameras are powered and getting whatever you call it through the same cable.
PoE or
yeah, thank you. Oh, what a nightmare! They were in and out in 3 days. They upgrade the whole system.
But yeah, he got a new like a 8 camera system, a new security system, and he 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 thought he was gonna be able to get away without having internet, without being able to use it without internet, but apparently not.
That
But
sucks.
I just wonder if you program a hotspot to only come on, transmit what it needs to, and shut off.
Those tenders coming along. I ate that chicken salad like you said.
Well, that's what I said. I asked him about a hotspot, and he said, "I don't know if I don't know if I don't know if I have a hotspot feature option on my phone." Meaning because he has AT&T service, and I'm sure his actual phone has the option built in, but I don't think because AT&T makes you pay for it separately. I don't think.
I say, don't worry about AT&T. Use another service in the area that offers it.
That'd be great, but the only service that works anything decent around here is AT&T.
Oh, sounds like they need to get a little cheap internet service in there then.
But see, you ain't gonna get no cheap internet service because they're considered a business, and the business plans are a whole lot more expensive than the residential ones. And we've only got one company in this area.
Are they?
Shouldn't it be some kind of deal since it's a non-profit organization? I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't know how they do their business plans. All I know was before, when we were essentially paying for 2 separate internet connections, one for each building, it was like over $200 a month.
That in
Ouch.
itself makes no sense. Why you would pay for through the
That's
same
too
company
much.
to the same property address? Why would you pay two
We were
separate
paying for
bills?
2 separate internet connections because a guy that works for the company, works for the ISP, used to go to church with us, and his recommendation, of course, working for the company, was that it'd be better to have 2 separate connections so that you wouldn't have to worry about running a cable between both buildings.
Oh, between the two. Okay.
Because
Yeah, we ran a
they're
cable
not,
between our buildings, but
because
we
they're
are
not together. They're not one building. They're separate.
Right. You know, that kind of makes sense. I can kind
but
of.
somebody's smartphone uploaded a virus to our server, so it's like, okay, no more Wi-Fi for the employees no more. But in a couple of days, it will be back up. So we put in a separate service that's not tied to our server, so the employees can have freaking Wi-Fi. Guess what? I'm the only one that uses it.
I agree,
That's
Roy.
how
That's exactly what
that's
they
how all
did.
that's how all the colleges and schools have it around here. It's not a separate service provider or whatever, but they have it set up in such a way that if guests connect or the students connect, there's no way that they can connect to the actual server and do anything.
Well, the way they set it up at work was it's a whole separate modem, router, everything. It's not even tied to the company.
Yeah, if you want to be really serious, that's
That's
how
what
they
we
got
had
to
to
do it.
do because it about shut our business down. That virus.
Wow.
It was really bad, and the IT guy had to go around to everybody's cell phone and get their MEI, all those stupid numbers and serial numbers off everybody's phone to track down where it came from, and he found it.
Was it a new hire?
No, it was old. They're still there.
Just messing with you.
I guess the reason why he had to get everybody's numbers off of their phone to figure out who it was because it probably put everybody's numbers in a log somewhere.
Somehow he tracked it down. I don't know what he
Computer,
did. I
and
don't care.
He had to go through the number and it's like go to each person and say, like, is this your number?
I wish I could remember that guy's last
So
name.
you're telling
He
me,
knows Doug.
Alex, that you think the average person is going to know their MAC number on their phone?
No, but what I'm saying is the guy probably had a log. The IT guy probably had a log of everybody's numbers.
Oh, he
So
did.
He went through that list, and then he went to everybody's phone and said, "I need you to go to click settings and do this and do that to get to your number." And he checked it against his list that he had already had.
Oh, they
Whenever
got
you
my
drop the
number. I
link
was
for the
okay.
IMEI, which
An
is
IMEI number is a unique identifier for everybody's
Yeah.
cell phone.
Yep.
I'm sorry if you have Wi-Fi that's connected to your company account and not have like a separate Wi-Fi for the people to use their phones on, you're crazy.
Well, we didn't. That was the problem. And it caught us. It got us in trouble.
But also from the company point of view, every public Wi-Fi that I've connected to or college Wi-Fi that I've connected to, it says on there when you're first connecting to it that you're subject to their policies in terms of use whenever you're connected to it. So they have the right to look and see whatever you're looking at.
Well, now the only way you can get on the Wi-Fi now is with a password, even though it's separate from everything.
hello, Jose. Hello, Sean. Welcome back. Didn't have the bell set, so I didn't know you guys joined, and I was out checking a sports score out. So
You might need some sunglasses.
Why do you need Wi-Fi when you're supposed to be working? So I can watch Doug stream in the mornings. Now, a lot of people stream music and stuff on their phones and a lot of other stupid things. And we allow people to stream music. As long as the machines are running, you're okay.
You know, it's kind of funny. We had our own private Wi-Fi at college that we set up on a 1 gig that we of course had on a 1 gig connection. And even though we had our own Wi-Fi there on a 1 gig connection, my Wi-Fi connection here now still faster than what we had at school. And what we had at school, what we were using was enterprise equipment.
All right, Alex, let's stop talking about
the
Wi-Fi.
car
now.
rental, you were using a car rental company's equipment to run your internet? That's interesting. How'd you do that? Was it a Ford Taurus or?
How did you get car rental out of what I was saying?
You said you were using Enterprise's equipment. Enterprise is a car rental company. Did you just question me? You do know you owe me, right? And you just had the. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I know that trick. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, thanks. That reminds me, I need to assign a co-host real quick, so that way I don't have to do my dirty work.
Oh, and put the waiting room back in because you know he's going to try.
I don't care if he comes back or not.
I think you need to stop him from talking about Wi-Fi too. So
hello, Jim.
Asking you shall receive.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
That was perfect timing.
Is that what it takes? Maybe I'll make, let's see, 265. So I need 735 more subscribers. How would you like to be a moderator on my channel? If
no, instead of a moderator, you need to say, "How would you like to be a co-host to put me in the waiting room?"
Oh, we have people signing for it up in droves, man. You kidding me?
I could, you're right. I could go to 265 one night to 1,000. Of course, you do know at 300, YouTube actually stops subscribers briefly to verify that they're legitimate, and then they open it back up. It's the craziest thing I've ever read.
Ski Man says he needs
there was
$1 million.
there was an update, something or other, just before I got in here that popped up on the screen momentarily.
I got to figure out who left. Oh, Darren leave? No, Darren's still here.
It was just a change of policies.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I didn't really read it that much because I really don't care, but whatever.
So who left?
Brian left.
6, 8. Oh, Brian was here?
Yeah, Brian was here and then he left. I guess he was having problems.
Man, I'm having problems. He ain't the only one having problems.
Rub the leg.
Last night I found that there was a Zoom update.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I found that out as well. Oh yeah, he was here. He was in his icon gear. Okay, cool.
It was a Zoom update a couple of days ago. Y'all are just late to the party.
I don't
Thank you,
care.
smart ass.
All right. Well, I'm
All I-
here. I'll be the co-host. I have
It's
my
not
rum and
watching the
coke.
screen.
I have my rum and coke.
I am too watching the screen.
Didn't say you, did I? I'm referring to my co-host.
Yeah, don't. We'll get there. We'll get there. I need to make sure that everybody understands. I'm here. I'm happy to be co-host. I've got my rum and coke because if I'm dealing with that, Alex, I need to drink. Okay.
I meant to ask
Right?
Doug this morning.
Have we got that all straightened out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now the question is it a double or a triple?
Yes.
So far it's only a double.
Oh,
Or
you're
both.
oh, you're lucky because I was just about to leave and we come back in.
See, I told you need to enable the waiting room.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Where'd it go?
Did he actually have the audacity to say that we're lucky? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Katie, one timeout.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, and he cannot get back in.
Mm-mm. So I turned on the waiting room before I put him in there.
Yep. Yeah.
Does anybody remember what size those curved screens Doug was talking about this morning?
He was talking about curve screens this morning.
Yeah.
I missed that part.
I don't know. I got two of them. They're 24-inch, and I love them.
Yeah, he
But
tried.
he was talking about one that was humongous. So I'm
course
wondering
he
what
did.
size it was. And he didn't like them. I like mine.
I know they got some are supposed to be 36 or 48 inches or something like that.
That's too much.
36 curve is probably about the normal, more or less.
Wintermute
the
says he didn't
24-inch.
specify. He says don't think he specified a size.
Okay.
He may not have.
Yeah, mine are 24-inch. I love them. They're both Samsung.
I guess I'm trying to picture in my mind what the advantages of having a curved screen instead of a flat screen would be.
All right. Should we put him back in?
I got it already.
Okay.
You can split the curve. You can split the curved screens, correct, or make the screen straight across. Gaming. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's something
But
I
I
don't
don't
have to
game.
worry about.
What happened, Alex? You left and you tried to come back and you got
know
stuck in the
what
waiting
happened.
room.
Somebody had one at work, and I kind of liked it, so I bought one. I'm like, I'm gonna buy another one. They're pretty cheap.
Son, you don't know when to quit when you're behind.
No, he doesn't. You are
You never
so
know.
correct.
You never know how to quit when you're behind.
But the problem is now is anyone else that joins. See, Alex, we need to make a special deal for you because now we're punishing this is like the military. We are punishing all of the soldiers because of your antics. We need to figure out how to deal with that. What is your suggestion?
Where's that paddle at with all them holes drilled in it I had?
I know. Why don't once you put him in if you have to put him in the waiting room, he's gone for the night.
Well, I'd like to hear what his
that way they won't
suggestion
be able
to.
to punish.
Yeah, I'd like to
everybody.
hear what his suggestion is to this.
I'd say 30 days.
Ooh.
They're giving you some great ideas, Alex.
I
What
know
is yours?
what I would like. I know what I would like to say,
Well,
but
say what you
I'm
would
not
like
hard.
to say.
I'm not going to.
And why is that, Alex? Well, I
Well,
can't
you-
use another analogy because we're still live. Otherwise, there's another analogy I could have used. What would you like to say? I'll tell you what. This one's on us. We will not put you in the waiting room. Myself and the two co-hosts will not put you in the waiting room. Say what you'd like to say. This one's a freebie.
I was just going to say. I was going to.
Spit it out, damn it!
I didn't say I wouldn't put him in the waiting room before he said it. I said I wouldn't put him in the waiting room once he said it.
48 inch? Oh, that's too much.
I was giving him a free shot at this, and maybe we'll hear about it after the stream ends. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Oh, mercy.
Oh Lord.
Okay, I was going to say.
Oh, wait, stop that. That done expired. You blew that opportunity. It's gone. If you say it now, you run the risk of being put back in the waiting room. Just letting you know. You know.
Okay, well, I'll take that risk. I was going to say I would want you and the rest of the co-hosts to leave so I could show Tammy without risk of being put in the waiting room.
So if you show Tammy while I'm live streaming, you're going to be gone for a long, long time.
Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way, the other night when you.
Oh, that wasn't.
That Jim is talking.
The other night when you left, Ken, and it was the rest of us were still in here.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who put Tammy up?
Oh, which one, Greg or Alex, or both?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't Greg. I can tell you that right now.
Okay.
I know who it was.
That wasn't Tammy, by the way, Jim.
Oh, look at Greg.
That was some other fat chick.
Alex, if I get a letter from someone because you're calling women that are slightly big, fat chicks, we're going to have a problem. And Greg, please take that down. We've seen enough. That poor lady sitting next to her cannot breathe. There's no room in that car.
Oh, man.
Roy says, "What is that?"
Oh God!
What is this? The Comedy Channel?
It is tonight, or at least it's trying to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. I got a letter from ABC, NBC, CBS, CW, Fox, TNT, TBS, A&E, A&I, ENI,
Oh, no.
and said, "Hey, our writers are on strike. Can you fill in for us?" I said, "Sure. I'll give it a shot."
That's a good one.
Oh my God. He takes the one off and goes to one that's worse. Good thing we only got about 8 minutes to go, and then the macro will hopefully kick in. Too bad I can't speed that up somehow while it's running. I think that's the next thing to address.
I need a good laugh after chewing somebody's butt out at work today.
So I was going to research something. Not that you saying something about somebody's butt made me remember I was going to research something, but I meant to do this earlier today, so I'm going to do it now while it's still fresh on my mind. You were going to say something, Alex?
I was going to say, have I earned herd immunity for the rest of the night?
You'll never have immunity, no.
I said for the rest of the night.
And I said, you'll never have immunity. Do I need to repeat myself at the expense of?
No.
Okay.
Ski man.
That is funny. That is funny.
You know what? I watched a little bit of your video from earlier.
Which one? I only had two.
One about the cable.
Right.
And I seen you pulling on that cable, and my first thought was, man, I hope he ain't disconnecting somebody's internet. That'll make his neighbor mad.
Well, if you'd pay attention to anything that's happened since Saturday, I actually severed that line Saturday night. So if that statement that you just made were to hold any resemblance of truth, it would have happened on Saturday night when I cut through said wire. Would you agree with that or disagree with that?
Agree.
Okay. I'm going to put you somewhere to give you a moment to think about your actions and what you just said.
And since you found the beginning of the cable, not connected to anything.
Right. That's, yes.
And why does everything in his little tiny pea brain have to go to internet? Internet this, internet that.
Oh, I thought the same thing, Sean. After I started pulling it and seeing where it was actually heading, I thought the exact same thing, that this was actually my internet, but then I realized I streamed Saturday night, so it couldn't have been my internet. And then when I started pulling it the opposite direction, it literally I might go talk to her and say, hey, I want to pull this line and see exactly where does it go. I suspect it's going to go to her driveway, and then it probably goes under the driveway. And then if it does, I'll just cut it again, and that'll be that. I didn't want to mess her yard up any more than I already have without getting her permission. So,
what kind of wire was that?
Do what?
Did you figure out what kind of wire that was?
I actually did a stream on it, and it's a.
I watched it. Remember?
Yeah. Hang on.
I don't know what that is.
I was just about to leave and come back. And
no, you weren't. Okay, I want you to test that. Do me a favor. Test that theory. Test that theory for me, please. Thank you.
You feel lucky, punk?
Looks like fiber cable, huh?
Wasn't, I believe, the wire, and it was like where you can trace it with a wire detector.
So it's got put on the wire Corning optical cable 04-2019. So I'm going to guess that's April of 2019. And then it's got on the end that I severed, it's got a copper line, what's probably an aluminum line, and then it's got a white something that doesn't have anything in it, because I did look, but that's insulated. That is actually, that white line or white thing, whatever it is actually insulated.
Well, I wonder who lost internet then.
I believe it was me. And what I think is, so if you guys will remember back about a year ago, when I first moved in here, I was going to go with Comcast, Xfinity, whatever it's called. And they came out, and the guy said he couldn't do it because he determined there was a break in the line between my house and the node on the street. No kidding, I can confirm that now because I have the line sitting in my yard.
I remember that now. That makes sense.
The second guy that came out the next day said, why don't you just go with AT&T? It's already hot. They'll send you a router, you plug it in, and you'll be running. And he was correct. Why the first guy couldn't do that, I do not. Well, I do know. It's all about money, but and he was younger. So anyway, let's see how this goes over for the last 2.5 minutes. That thin white line did look like fiber. So, Mr. Cheek, what is your answer to your very, very wrong hypotheses?
It doesn't work. But before you put me
what? Wait, what? Stop.
That.
Hold on. Wait. You just said Alex Cheek said something doesn't work? Alex Cheek did something that doesn't work? Am I hearing this correctly?
Yes.
Well, it sounded like to me.
Wait, is the world still spinning? Has hell frozen over?
No.
Now, how would you know if hell's frozen over or not? You got a direct line to hell?
No, but I have the Bible.
And is it written in the Bible that hell freezes over on May 8th, 2023?
No.
You just never learn to not ever give up, do you?
No, it says.
Are you related? Are you part Filipino? Wait, you are. Your brother's dating a Filipino. I knew it. It's wearing off on you. Go ahead, Alex. Tell us. You actually have a little Filipino on the side, don't you? It's okay. You can tell us. We will not tell anybody.
The only other Filipino the only other Filipino that I know of, other than
you better be careful with what you're about to say.
Is Jerry's fiance, but he's.
Are we sure Alex and Ken are brothers?
He's been
we are not, and no, I am not Alex's father.
For literally 10 years.
I'm just messing with you, Alex. I realize you don't know too many Filipinos. I could probably narrow it down to two. My wife. Oh, don't cry, sunshine. It's okay. I won't pick on you no more till the stream ends, and then watch out. You owe
And
me.
as far as I know, your wife is the only Filipino that I've actually only ever met.
Right. Okay.
In real life. So
I want you to pay attention to the stream now. I want to make sure you understand what time I'm streaming tomorrow. I don't want there to be any confusion. Okay?
10:30.
Are you watching the stream? Here, let me help you out. I'll take you off Zoom so you're not distracted. Watch the stream, and we'll see you when the stream ends.
I'm confused and don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my God.
Life's much more fun that way, believe me. Roy said, are we sure Ken and Alex are brothers? We are not. Military time? No, I haven't adjusted it. Tonight's is in non-military time. It's in the 10:30, 9:30, 7:30. I'm thinking about reworking it. Oh, that was quick. That shouldn't have been that quick. Got the date, got the day right. 10:30, 9:30, and I got the time right. Whew. That surprises me. There is absolutely no delay from OBS to the stream tonight. I mean, as soon as it popped up on OBS, it was on the stream. Amazing. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you all being here. Let's get me 735 more subscribers so I can have 735 more co-hosts. If you'd like to be a co-host on the show, just send me an email. Oh, that's not programmed into that. So anyway, good night. See you tomorrow night at 10:30. At least it's not ear deafening. Yeah, I apologize for that. I didn't realize it was that loud. And when I went back and listened to it, that was my fault. I should have checked into that sooner. I appreciate you pointing it out to me. And I'm going to end the button. Well, I'm going to push the button to end the stream. Man, I have so turned into Doug. I am so confused and I have no idea what I'm doing.